Hello everyone, this is Palak Vadadia from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we will discuss the subject that is network theory, and in network theory we will discuss the topic that is initial conditions. That means how we can solve our example using the initial condition. In this also we will use the method that is what is the Laplace transform method. Alright, so let's discuss our today's session. So we will start with one example. Here, in the network of figure, the steady state condition is reached. Okay, the steady state, that means which condition you have to consider? That is a final condition, which switch K is open. And here the voltage V value is 100 volt. R1 is what? Is a 10 ohm. R2 is 20 ohm. And R3 is again it's a 20 ohm. And inductor value is 1 Henry, capacitor value is 1 microfarad. At time t equal to 0, switch K is closed. See here, one condition is given to you, that is at t equal to 0, switch is what? Is closed. So at t equal to 0 minus, we have to consider our switch is what? Is open. Alright, and t equal to 0 plus, because after that nothing is specified, just only they said that the t equal to 0, switch is closed. So after that we have to consider our switch is what? Is 0, that till t equal to infinite. Alright, so here the first is what? We want to determine the voltage across the capacitor before the switch is closed. So at that time we have to consider switch is open. And yes, when switch is open, see here one thing is written, a steady state condition is there with switch K is open. Alright. And then I1 and I2 at t equal to 0 plus. So we have to consider at that time switch is what? It's a closed 0 plus. 0 plus matlab, that means we have to consider that switch is closed. T equal to 0 plus, that means we have to consider the switch is what? Is closed. And then see here di1 by dt and di2 by dt, that we have to find out t equal to 0 plus, that means the condition of the switch is what? Is closed. And the fourth one, that is di1 by dt at t equal to infinite. So in that also we have to consider our switch is what? Is closed. Alright, now see here, you just remember this thing. Whenever you have a resistor, you just consider this resistor as it is in the network. But when you have an inductor and one steady state condition is given to you, this is at t equal to 0 minus, then t equal to 0 plus, what we will consider? This as a current source, because what we are finding? We are finding the initial current through the inductor. So after that this inductor will behave as a what? Current source, that is at t equal to 0 plus. Then the capacitor, that will behave as a what? Is a voltage source plus minus. Because what we are finding? We are finding the voltage drop across the capacitor. And you just remember this table, that is R, L and C. This is what? Is the initial condition. And then it's a final, or we can say it's a steady state condition. Resistor will remain as it is. Inductor, open circuit, and then after in final it will act as a short circuit. Capacitor, first of all initially it will act as a short circuit. After that it will act as a open circuit. So by using this, now we will solve the example. That is, first I want to find out the voltage across C before the switch is closed. See, I'm just underlining this word, before the switch is closed. That means we have to find out at t equal to 0 minus. And we know that at t equal to 0 minus, my switch condition is what? It's a open. So when switch is open, you just draw the diagram. Here voltage V, switch is open, so R1, then we have this resistor R2, and see one line is given to you, one word is given to you, that is what? Is a steady state is reached. That means in an inductor, steady state condition, we have to consider this inductor as a short circuit like this, and capacitor, that is open circuit like this. Alright, and this current, that is known as a I1, or here we can say I1 0 minus, and this is known as a I2 0 minus, because the condition of T is what is a 0 minus. And here this voltage, that is known as a VC 0 minus, because this is what is a voltage drop across capacitor before the switch is closed. Now here, see this inductor, here I am saying this current, that is what? It's a I0 minus, or you can say it's a I0 plus. This is the initial current through this inductor. Now this value of I0 minus, that equal to what? It's a V divided by R1 plus R2. So what is the value of V? V is what? It is given to us, that is 100. And R1 and R2. R1 value is 10 and R2 value is 20. So this is what? 100 divided by 30. So we will consider this as a 10 divided by 3 ampere. Now we are interested to find out what? Voltage drop across capacitor before the switch is closed. See here, this is open circuit. So the value of I2 0 minus is 0 ampere. So here what we can say, that this R2 and capacitor, that is connected in a parallel. So whatever the voltage drop across R2, that will become our voltage drop across capacitor. So I am just writing VC0 minus, that equal to IL0 minus, or you can write down I10 minus, because in series current is remain same. Multiply with what? It's a R2. So here we will get 10 by 3 multiply by R2, that is 20. So the voltage drop across capacitor, that is 200 by 3 volt. And polarity, that is already shown in the diagram, that is positive and negative. Alright, so this is the answer of the first thing. Now second, here we want to find out the I1 and I2 at t equal to 0 plus, and we know that at t equal to 0 plus, the condition of the switch is what? What we have to consider? That is, my switch is closed. If I consider switch is closed, then see here this switch and this R1, that is connected in a parallel. And we know that here the current is having a two path. In a one path the resistance is R1, and another path the resistance is 0. And we know that the current always take the 0 resistance path. So our diagram will become like this. Here it's a V. Then no need to draw this resistor, okay? Then it's a R2. And as we discussed, our inductor will behave as a current source, and that value already we have find. That is what? It's a 10 by 3 ampere. So here what you have to consider, this is 10 by 3 ampere. And this current I1, but that we are draw the circuit that 0 plus. Then second is what? It's a R3. And this will behave as a voltage source, that already we have discussed, right? Inductor will behave as a current source and capacitor will behave as a voltage source. And this current is become what? It's a I20 plus. And what is the value of this voltage? Already we have found out, that is 200 by 3. So here you just write down the value is what? It's a 200 by 3 volt. Now here I1 and I2 at t equal to 0 plus. See this, we know in the series current is remain same. So value of I1 0 plus, that is directly we are getting, that is 10 by 3 ampere. But this I2 0 plus, see I2 0 plus, here this voltage, see this voltage, this branch and this branch, this three different branches connected parallel. So in this resistor R3, the one end is connected with the V and another end that is connected with this voltage. And we know that the current is what? It's a potential difference divided by resistance. So my potential difference V is what? The voltage is what? Is 100 minus here. The voltage is what? Is 200 divided by 3 divided by resistance. Value of R3. That is what? Is 20. So when you solve this, you just take the LCM. Here 300 minus 200, that is 100 divided by 60 because this. Now this is cancel. So value of I20 plus, that is what? It's a 5 by 3 ampere. So this is the value of my I10 plus and I20 plus. Okay. Now third that we want to find out, that is di1 by dt and di2 by dt at t equal to 0 plus. So again see, I am just repeating, at t equal to 0 plus, I have to consider switch, that is what? As a closed. And here the differentiation is there. So if we replace inductor as a current source and capacitor as a voltage source, then if we write the equation, so in that equation as such we do not have any term that is related to differentiation. So now what we will do, we will consider our inductor and capacitor, that is as it is. But our switch condition is what? Is a close. So you just draw the diagram. So in this diagram, see, switch condition is closed. Value of R2, see, I am just write down R2, that is 20 ohm. And here the voltage is what? It's 100 volt. And this inductor is as it is. The value of inductor is what? It's 1 Henry. Here R3, value of R3 is what? It's 20 ohm. And this capacitor, that is 1 microfarad. And this current, I am just considering this is I10 plus, and this current is what? Is I20 plus. Now we just write down the equation. Equation is what? See, these two branches are connected in a parallel. So directly we will write the equation, that is 100, that equal to 20 I10 plus. See, this is what? It's a branch current. So no need to write down I1 minus I2. Directly we can write down what is I10 plus. If we consider the loop current, then we have to mention I1 minus I2 plus L, that is 1 di10 plus by dt. And yes, we want to find out this di1 by dt is t equal to 0 plus. And already we have the value of I10 plus, that is what? Is a 10 by 3. So just substitute this value 10 by 3. So here we want to find out what is a di10 plus by dt. So that equal to what? It's 100 minus 20. And I10 plus, that is what? Is a 10 by 3. So that is what? 300 minus 200, that is 100 divided by 3. But the unit is what? It's an ampere per second. So this is the value of di1 by dt at time t equal to 0 plus. Now we want to find out di2 by dt. So yes, this is our diagram. And this is what? It's a 0 plus. And this is also what? It's a 0 plus. Now we will just write the equation. Equation is what? Now you just consider this outer loop. So 100, that equal to 20 I20 plus 1 by C. Integration of what? It's a I20 plus into dt. So this is 100. 20 I20 plus value of C is what? It's a 1 microfarad. So 1 upon 1 microfarad. So I'm just writing 10 raised to 6 integration of I to 0 plus. See, as such, we do not have any term, that is di2 by dt. So just do the differentiation. So 0, 20, di2 0 plus by dt plus 10 raised to 6 I2 0 plus, because the integration and differentiation is cancelled out. So here 20 di2 0 plus by dt, that equal to minus 10 raised to 6, and the value of I2 0 plus, see here already we have find out that is what, it's a 5 by 3. So just substitute that value here. This is what, it's a 5 by 3. So the value of di2 0 plus by dt, that equal to minus 5 into 10 raised to 6 upon 2 20s multiplied by 3. See here, this is numerator, that is what, it's a 5 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 3, and this 20 goes to the denominator. When you solve this, you will get 8333 ampere per second. This is di2 0 plus by dt. Now next, we want to find out the di1 by dt at t equal to infinite. So we know that at t equal to infinite, the switch condition is what, is a closed. So again just we will draw the diagram, but in that diagram, remember one thing, that is inductor is what, is a fully charged, energized. So what it is act as a short circuit, and my capacitor is fully charged, so it will act as an open circuit. So this current is known as a I1 infinite, and this current is known as a I2 infinite. Okay, here the value of R2 is what, is a 20. So I1 infinite, that is what, is 100 divided by 20, and that equal to what, is a 5 ampere. Now here in this diagram, see the last step here, at t equal to infinite, this current I am specifying, this is I1 infinite, this is I2 infinite. Now I want to find out di1 by dt, so just write down the equation, that is 100, that equal to 20 I1 of infinite plus 1 di1 of infinite by dt. Already we have the value of I1 infinite, that is what, it's a 5 ampere, just substitute that value. So di1 infinite by dt, that equal to 100 minus 20 into, that is I1 infinite, that is what, it's a 5. So 100 minus 100, that is what, it's a 0 ampere per second. That is di1 infinite by dt. Alright, so this is the value of all four things, that is using the initial conditions. Thank you.